Hello, 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 everybody. Hi. So my name is E. This is E's Creations Paint Party, and welcome. It's Friday night. What? Oh, yeah. So say hello, hello, hello. If you're painting with me, let me know if anyone's painting with me. Let me know if you're new. We got to give props to you know who. So let's get that taken care of. He's O-U-T out of here. But you never know when he's going to chime in, so we have to say hello. Hello, Danielle. How you doing, sweetheart? So let me know if you're new to the fam, because we'll give you a special shout out. And let me show you my, all right, Danielle. Welcome, sweetheart. And let me show you my handy dandy table. So, of course, we have the coffee. That's numero uno. And it is white, yellow, red, blue, and black. Same colors every single party. And the weapons this evening, we have Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. We have Mini Me. He is a small shader. Looks just like Big Boy. We have Tiny in the house. He is a small round brush for details. We have two fluffies. I've got a medium-sized one and a small one. They're just a beat-up old bristly brush that does lots of fun stuff. And, of course, Mr. Nifty is in the house. I give Mr. Nifty away for free for anybody who sends support. So you want to swirl when it's time to clean your brush. Tap, dab on your paper towel. In the shape of your bristles, you want them to be wet but not dripping. Okay, so now that we got all that taken care of, hello, Donna. Hello, Debbie. Debbie's new to the clan. Hello, newbies to the fam. I like it a lot. Gloria is here. Donna is here. Hello, Donna. How you doing, sweetheart? So, everybody's going to be popping on. We got to say hello. I got to get the ad off of my music because that was annoying. I'm going to put you guys in your handy dandy holder and we're going to get ourselves started, all right? Sounds good to me, right? I'm sitting on a really big mess. Everybody wants to see my mess. I have a show tomorrow, so we're sitting on all sorts of stuff hanging out here. So get myself together. Carolyn is here. Cindy is here. Hello, Cindy. Hello, Carolyn. Thank you so much, Donna. Jean Marine is here. Jean is new to the fam. Marcy is new to the fam. Hello, sweetheart. Thank you so much, Donna. I did my hair last night, so I don't have the, the wisdom hairs that we like to call it. All right, and if I miss you on roll call, I like to do roll call. I just walked into my couch. Let me put you guys in your holder before I wind up dropping the phone next. Hello, Sheila. How you doing, sweetheart? Sheila's here. Sheila's in the house. Judy is new to the fam. Hello, Judy. How you doing, sweetheart? We got Judy in the house. Right? I think I got everybody so far. I hope I did. So, we'll keep doing this. All right, you guys are in your handy dandy holder. All right, let me move you back. Earthquake. So, hello, Cheyenne. Cheyenne is in the house. Oh, yeah. Hi, guys. All right, so I'm working on a 16 by 20. It's 16 straight up and down, 20 across. Tina B, my girl, she's here holding the house down. That's right, holding down the fort. All right, 20 straight across. If you're working on something different, that is fine. Just make sure you're in the general area of your canvas that I am in, and you will be fine. Kathy's hanging out with us tonight. Kathy's new to the fam. We got lots of newbies. So let me break it down for you. We've got people that are painting. Those are our painters, okay? We have people that are just watching. Those are our watchers. What? And then we have our creepers. They kind of hang out in the background and don't say nothing, but that's okay because we love them anyway. Hello, Ashley. Same colors every single party. Yellow, white, red, blue, and black. Valerie's hanging out with us tonight. She's new to the fam. Hello, 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 Valerie. How you doing, lovey? Right, so, all right. I'm going to lower my music a little bit. Gets a chance for more people to pop on. If you have any questions, 6,000% ask me. 6,000% ask me. If I miss answering you, ask me again because sometimes this is moving too fast. Hello, 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 Michael. First time with the fam. That's what I'm talking about, Michael. Get on this. Yes. Terry is hanging out with us tonight. Hello, Terry. And Terry has 2 10-year-olds. Nice. Nice. Nice, Terry. Oh, so that reminds me. All of my videos are kid-friendly. So I'm going to try to watch this thing. And you guys watch your comments, all right? So we'll be ready to rock and roll. Terry, if you'd like to share their names, I would love to give a shout out, but that is up to you because we are on social media. So I understand. So, yes, welcome everybody. Hello, hello, hello. I'm so excited. We got so many new people in the fam tonight. I'm like super duper duper uber excited. This painting is a lot of fun. So, no worries. You guys are totally going to get this. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy, guys. Alright, so who else is popping on here? We have Tashima. Hello, 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 Tashima. Tashima's in the house. And Brenna and Cameron. Brenna and Cameron. What? Hello, 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 guys. How are you doing? We got Judy hanging out with us. Yes, replays are always, always, always available. 6,000%. They're going to be available on my page and on YouTube, sweetheart. Piper's hanging out with us tonight. Hello, 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 Piper. I already lost count of all the newbies in the house. You're excited? I am super excited. I am super duper duper excited. So, just to let you know, I can't have this and what we're working on. Thank you so much, Diane. How you doing, sweetheart? Diane's hanging out with us tonight. Hello, 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 love. So, that being said, if you need a reference, take a screenshot now, okay? I do bring it back into the picture to show you a few things, but I can't show you both at once. All right, so take your screenshot, get yourselves all prepared, and we're going to start painting ASAP as soon as I get all of you lovely new family members hanging out tonight. Hello, 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 Carla. How you doing, lovey? How you doing? From North Carolina. That's what I'm talking about. All right, so cheers, everybody. We're going to be starting off with Big Boy. He is a 1-inch flat. Hello, 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 Janine. How you doing, lovey? It's all right. No worries. No worries, sweetie. However it works, it's always free to watch. Tips are appreciated. You are good, and I hope I am the same. I am excellent, Carla. Thank you so much for asking. Whew, I am excellent. Ruth Ann is here. Hello, 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 Ruth Ann. How you doing, sweetheart? Ruth Ann. Okay, and we have Janine, where she's from, Warwickshire. Krista is saying hello, hello, hello. Hello, Krista. How you doing, sweetie? All right, my fan members, give a warm welcome to all. See all those check marks? Those are all new people on tonight. So, George is in the house. That's right, Danielle. Own it. Own it. That's it. I think my pen just ran out of ink. Oh, let me grab a new pen. You guys just emptied my pen with all of your love. I love it a lot. Valerie's from Mississippi. Tina B's welcoming everybody. Donna's welcoming everybody. That's right. We do this family style here. So we support each other, we have fun with each other, and we have an awesome time. So I hope you guys are ready. Another Valerie's in the house. Did I write Valerie down already? I have no idea what I'm doing. Valerie. I got Valerie. Okay, so Utah. Oh, there's 2 Valeries. What? There is 2 Valeries. There we go. Hello, Valerie. We have Valerie from Utah. And we have our other Valerie. So, all right, taking her down. It's the almighty blank canvas. Oh, it's so scary. So scary, but we're going to tackle it with our almighty brushes. Yes, we are. All right, swirl, tap, dab. Your big boy is a 1-inch flat. All right, and we're going to start. And oh, just to let you guys know, I already got black paint all over myself. My black paint decided to explode when I was... Judy's hanging out with us. My black paint decided to explode as I was pouring my palette. Yes, Carla. Judy's hailing in from Philly. I love it. I like it a lot. So we're going to grab just yellow. Just yellow. And we're going to put that bam right in the middle. And you're just going to go back and forth with just the yellow, guys. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. So we're going to start off with just yellow. And you want to keep it in the middle of your canvas. So let's find our center, right? Find our center. Let's get focused. So there's the center of our canvas, and we're going to turn around, and we're going to fill that whole center with yellow. We're going to fill that center with yellow, and we want to bring it all the way across. So when you're working with yellow and you're working with the sky, you want to turn around, and you want to make it bigger than what you actually want your yellow to be, because the yellow gets eaten up really fast. Really fast. So just to let you guys know. Also, you want to make sure that your paint is staying wet. If it's not wet, you're not going to be able to blend it. And we're going to start blending soon. And another thing is if you're using craft paint, it's not you, it's the paint. Craft paint doesn't like to blend. All right, now that I have that yellow on there, I'm going to grab my little bit of red. And I'm going to grab a little bit of white. And I'm going to grab some more yellow. And when I put those 3 colors together, it's going to make peach. So, and I'm going to go right onto the edge of my yellow. And I'm going to go in the yellow a little bit and up on my canvas a little bit. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. Yellow, red, and yellow, red, and white. Yellow, red, and white. And you go into your yellow and you go up. You go up. And we're going to do that on both ends. Both ends, guys. So, and always pull your paint from the side, okay? Don't kerplunk. No kerplunkers, okay? So you hear that? You hear that, Brenna and Cameron? No kerplunking. Pull your paint from the side of the pile, so this way you can use your paint for other things later on. So I'm just going into my yellow and back out into new canvas. That's what I'm doing. Into the yellow, back out into new canvas. So we covered Sunset Ocean on Tuesday. Ooh, look at that red going in there. See, that red wants to eat up my yellow. It does. It wants to eat my yellow up. It really does. So I'm just going to grab some more yellow, and I'm just going to smooth that out. That's all. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, guys. You guys got this. You guys got this. 6,000%. 6,000%. You guys got this. So now I'm going to turn around and I'm going to grab, I didn't clean my brush, but there's not a lot of paint. When you're painting this on, you want to make sure it's a nice thin coat and a nice thin layer, because if it's too thick, you're not going to be able to paint anything on top of it, because you're going to be waiting for it to dry and you're going to get a mushy mess. So red and white now. Red and white. And what does red and white make? Pink. Oh yeah, pink. That's what we're doing. Red and white. red and white. And you're going to go into your peach and back down. So you should still have space on the bottom and space on the top of your canvas. So then we can work our way into the purpley gray color. But we need to put this buffer of pink in, because if the blue hits any yellow, we're going to wind up with green. And we don't want that. So we're going to put this buffer of pink in here. And if you notice, I'm just going back and forth. I'm not doing anything special. And I'm grabbing small amounts of paint at a time. And I'm moving quickly, right? Because we don't want our paint to dry. I'm moving quickly, and I'm going down into the color and onto the clean canvas. That's it. And you see how many times I'm wiping back and forth? I'm wiping back and forth all these times because I'm blending. All right, so I'm going to wipe my brush off, and now my brush doesn't have anything on it, and I'm just going to soften. That's it. I'm just going to soften. And the next thing I'm going to do, right? Bam! Just like that. You got sunset colors. Hello! So, we got to swirl, tap, dab our brush. We got to swirl, tap, dab our brush, because now we're going to grab the blue. Okay? So you want to make sure all the yellow is out of your brush. Alright? So you're going to give it, the more you swirl, the cleaner it gets. Tap it, dab it. If you still have yellow coming out, do it again. You hear me clinking? Sounds like glass is clinking, right? Like you're at a wedding or something when everybody taps on the glass for the smoochy smooch. Right? So, see how much I'm swirling? I'm swirling hardcore. And I'm going to dab on my paper towel. And see, when I dab on my paper towel, I got nothing coming out of it. Right? So that's what we want. Now, I'm going to grab red. And I'm going to grab some white, because this probably dried on me already. So, yes, Donna, you notice the numbers? We got lots of newbies tonight. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. So I'm going to grab the red and white again and paint this on so it's nice and wet for when I grab the blue. Okay, and now I'm going to grab blue. I'm going to grab a little bit of blue, just a little bit. And I'm going to grab the blue, and I'm going to grab it from my white over here. Just make sure that you're not hitting any yellow. All right, whatever you do not hit any yellow. Okay, so we're grabbing blue, and I'm grabbing that white that had the red in it, making sure I don't grab any yellow. And you're just going to work your way up into the pink and back down again. And we're going to fill in the rest of our canvas with this beautiful. And when I first place it on, when my brush has a lot of paint on it, hello Irene, when I first put it on, I put it away from everything. And then once I smooth it out a bit, then I go to work it up and then down. Okay? Don't glob your new paint like right by the line that's changing colors, because it's going to be hard to blend. So when you first put it on, put it far away, and then as you're working it back and forth, then bring it up and bring it back down again. Bring it up, bring it back down again. Okay? But you want to, when you first grab your paint, you want to make sure that, see that big pile of paint? I'm going to start away from this transition right here. Transition! Oh, that's a big word. I'm going to start away from where the one color changes into the other color. Alright? Pulling out some big words. Hello. Hello. But we don't get fancy here, right, fam? No fancy. No fancy. We don't get fancy here. Nope, 6,000%. We leave it nice and simple. So, I do have a link posted for PayPal, and my stars are not enabled yet. Still working on that. Hello, Irene. How you doing, sweetheart? And it's always free to watch and tips are appreciated. And at the end of this feed, I'm going to post the links into the video. So just to give you guys a heads up, not required, but appreciated. And yeah, so that was my commercial. And I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush, and we're going to do the same thing on the top of the canvas. Okay, guys? Same thing on the top of the canvas. That's what we're going to do. So I'm going to swirl tap dab my brush, and I'm going to grab my red, and I'm going to grab my white, and I'm going to put my pink back in, just so it's nice and wet. Just so it's nice and wet, nice soft brushing back and forth. Okay, so that's nice and wet again. And now I'm going to grab, it's your first time here, Irene? Well, welcome to the fam, sweetheart. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Hello, and Tony's here from Indiana. Hello, 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 Tony. How you doing, sweetheart? She's new to the fam, too. We got lots of newbies tonight. I love it. I like it a lot. Now I'm going to grab my blue. And I'm going to grab my white. And we're going to go up here. Remember, start away from where the color is changing. Right? And then when you have hardly any paint left on your brush, then move down into the color. Okay? Then move down into the color. Alright? This way you have nice, soft transition. Transmission. You're so welcome. Hello, Tony. How you doing, honey? Alright, so there you guys go, right? And now I'm just going to do a few swipes back and forth. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys, hello, 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 Trinidad. How you doing, sweetheart? So, I'm going to give you guys a chance to catch up mustard, right? Because we had to move fast. You got to move fast because you want to make sure you're giving it time to, you know, if it dries, you can't blend. So we had to move kind of quick, but that's okay. I'll give you guys a chance to catch up, mustard. Finish getting yourself situated and all that good stuff. I already ran out of coffee. I drank all my coffee during that whole thing. I was all hyped up. So we need another cup. That's what we need. That's what we need. Alright, so hey everybody. You're all warming my heart. I'm so glad that you all came to join me tonight and join our fam tonight. We have a good time, okay? So thank you so much. Thank you so much. Alright. So, that being said, I'm going to do roll call. I think I need an oxygen tank for this roll call. But we're going to give it a shot. I got Michael in the house, Danielle, Debbie, Gloria, Donna, Cindy, Carolyn, Jean, Marcy, Sheila, Judy, Cheyenne, Tina B, Kathy, Ashley, Valerie, Trinidad. Terry's hanging out with Brenna and Cameron. They're going to be doing amazing. Tashima's here. Judy, Piper, Diane, Carla, Janine. I've got something I can't read. Krista, Danielle, another Valerie, Irene, and Tony. And I think that was supposed to be Ruth. Not really sure. Michael's here. It is 7:30, I guess now. Here and caught up. Excellent. I love it. I like it a lot. Susan from Kentucky. Hello, 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 Susan. How you doing? Sandy from Virginia Beach. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everybody. We got Susan and we got Sandy. Sandy from Virginia Beach. That's just like goes together perfect. I love that name, Sandy. That reminds me of Greece. All right, so once you're done with that, I'm gonna swirl tap that big boy, and you gotta get all the blue out of them. You gotta get all the blue out of them. So it's PM here, hun. And Andy from Kentucky. And Susan, we have another Susan and Andy. Hello, 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 Andy. I think I put you as Miranda. But I'll put Andy. Andy's works for me. I'm a big name botcher, so I'm still trying to figure out what I was trying to write with that. So we're going to swirl tap that big boy. I'm not sure if, I think if you tap on the video, oh, it's your nickname. I got you, sweetheart. Sandy, if you tap on the video, I think you get the little bar, and then you can, like, move your finger to do the bar. If I have reverse on this thing. So, I'm not really sure. They changed so much, but if, you know, you could easily just do, like a plain blue background if you want to. Pause and then you can rewind. Thank you guys. Thank you all my techie guys. I'm not very techie. I'm going to grab just yellow. And we're going to come in here. And with the just yellow, you're going to turn around and you can put it into your pink and peach areas. And you're going to get an amazing glow. Just remember, don't hit the blue. Okay? So I'm grabbing just yellow now. And I'm bringing it into my pink and peach areas. And it gives this amazing glow. You see that glow? I love it. I like it a lot. Yes, I do. And I'm just making sure I stop before I hit any of my peach areas. And I just put my elbow in my paint. I put my elbow in my paint. Whoops. I'm getting paint everywhere. That's alright. That's okay. It's all good. Right? As long as some of it's landing on this canvas, we're good to go. As long as some of this is on this canvas, we're going to be A-okay. Alright, so there we go. And you get that nice glow. We get that gorgeous glow. Alright, so the next thing we got to do is wipe the paint off my elbow. And then what we got to do is our sun is off to the side. See, it's only about a hand in from this side, but it's like 3 hands from that side. So it's off to the side. And you just want to, you know, pick where your horizon line is going to be, like in the middle of the canvas, in like the middle of your yellow part. Alright, and I'm going to grab white paint, and I swirl tap that big boy, and I'm going to grab white paint. Hello, hello, hello everybody, and I'm going to just fix my brush a little bit because it's a little out of shape. And I'm going to go about a hand in the middle of my yellow, and we're going to do our half circle. So if you want to learn how to spin your brush, you do this move, right? You do this show me the money move. Those of you that are my age know what I'm talking about. And then once you do this move with your hands, you put your brush in there and you can spin your brush. So if you're just new to painting, I recommend practicing that. So this way you can do spins like this. If you can't do a spin like that, that's okay. You can just move your arm. Alright, so we're going to put this in and start off small because the more you play with it, the bigger it's going to get. And you want to put in the full circle. You want to put in the full circle. So I'm putting in the full circle. And then what you're going to do is you're going to cut it in half doing zigzag zoom. Zigzag zoom means I'm moving my brush like this. So you're going to cut it in half and do these zigzag zooms. And you're going to get the reflection size that matches your sun. And you want to have longer pieces up here, and then you're going to bring it down into shorter pieces. Okay, but now this is proportionate to the size of your sun. Okay, so any of you that ever do like moon paint, and they're moon, I say moon like a cow, moon. Any of you that ever do moon paintings, that's how you get your reflection to be the size that you want it to be. All right, so next on the agenda is a little ketchup mustard time because my coffee's ready. Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right, so we're going to turn around and I'm going to show you clouds. And don't start stressing because you heard the word cloud. It's not that tricky. You want to get out a fluffy brush. Any of you that are enjoying yourselves tonight and you plan on watching any of my videos later on, I do sell brush sets. Did you hear that? I just dropped everything out of my refrigerator. I do sell brush sets that contain every brush that I use in every video because it's the same brushes since I started. So it is always, always, always the same brushes in every single one of my videos. So if any of you would like a brush set, let me know. I can show you the brush set the next time we catch up mustard. Okay? And, you know, you can message me and we can discuss the details. So we're getting out fluffy. I got a medium-sized fluffy. And gonna swirl, tap, dab them. You can't rewind, pause, or nothing. Now what? So Sandy, what I would suggest for you is that I would turn around and just do a simple sky. Yes, you'll have all those capabilities on the replay, but for now, I would just do like a blue and white. Thank you so much, Valerie. Thank you so much for helping out. Thank you, everybody, for helping out Sandy. So I'm going to grab a fluffy, and I'm going to smash him so he's nice and fluffy. And I'm going to grab some bluish white. Right? I say bluish white because I'm grabbing the white that my blue was in. And I'm going to grab a microscopic amount of red. And I'm going to dab, dab, dab. And I want this to be more purple than anything else because you need a darker background so your cherry blossoms pop. Okay? So that's why we're making darker clouds. Because you need a darker background. This way the pinks and the whites and the reds of your cherry blossoms get to pop. So we're going to start our clouds. All you're going to do, so it was blue, red, and white. And you're just going to do swirls like this. Up, down, all around, and everything else. And since this is dry now, I don't have to stress it turning green on me. I don't have to stress it turning green on me. So we're just going to do these swirly doos. Hold your brush back here. Not very much paint at all. Nice and fluffy. And my cloud. Okay, so you want to turn around and I need to add a little bit more white to this because it's coming out too dark. So I'm just going to, yes, Sandy, there you go. So I'm going to just grab white paint and I'm going to make this a little lighter. And all I'm doing is swirling, guys. That's all we're doing is swirling. And I'm going to grab some more white paint. And I'm literally letting the paint run out. And then I just keep swirling. So as the paint's running out on my brush, I'm getting it nice and soft and blended into the rest of the cloud. Okay, so that's how I'm doing that. I'm grabbing white paint. I'm grabbing white paint. And I'm picking a spot in my cloud. And I start swirling with the white. And you want to leave these darker areas right there. You want to leave those. And now I'm just going to swirl, and I'm going to let the paint run out. So now I don't have any paint left on my brush. I'm just moving the paint around. I'm just moving. I'm moving the paint around that's on the canvas. That's all I'm doing. Alright, so now we're going to do the other side. So, a lot of blue, a little bit of red, a little bit of white, so you get a nice dark color at first. And put this in. Okay, we're going to put this in. And we're just going to zigzag and go up and down and all sorts of shapes. And my paint isn't on my brush anymore. I'm literally just moving the paint around on the canvas now. So it comes out soft and fluffy. So it's very, very, very little paint. How much paint? Very, very, very little paint. Alright, and once I have that, I'll wipe my brush off. I don't have to clean it, but I'm getting the globs off. Janine, your first time painting with me and have a confession that you didn't realize to copy, and I've done different. I will be prepared. That's okay, Janine. No worries. It's all right. Things happen. So now I'm going to grab white and do a little smush smush. And I'm going to come in here and I'm going to grab, so there's a white spot there and there's a lighter spot here, and I'm just sweeping. I'm just sweeping with my brush. That's all I'm doing. And now that there's hardly any paint left on my brush, I'm going to swirl these areas out. There you go. So, I love doing clouds. I can do clouds all day, and honestly, the waves in our water is going to follow the same method. Okay, so no worries on that. So I just swept the color in, and then I'm going into the middle of that and pulling the paint out and going soft, 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 soft. Okay, everything's soft, 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 soft. All right, now I'm going to grab more paint. I'm going to grab more paint, and I'm going to dab off the extra. Very, very little paint, guys. Not a lot of paint at all. And I'm going to put another bright area in with a few sweeps. And put another bright area in over here. Now I'm going to wipe my brush off. And I'm going to wipe my brush off so there's no paint on it. And I'm going to just go inside those little swipes and soften it out. And the reason we're putting these gorgeous purpley clouds in here is so when we do our cherry blossoms, the colors will pop because it'll be on a darker background. Okay? So, practice with that. No worries. Clouds are a little tricky to get at first. It's all good. You don't have to have it perfect because we're going to cover it with cherry blossoms. So if there's a spot you don't like, we're literally covering them all up with cherry blossoms. You see that? So do not stress it. And then if there's a piece you do like, you can totally keep it to where you can see it. It's all good. No worries there, right? You guys got this. 6,000%. Okay? And once we're done with that, we're going to put our waves in. I told you, easy peasy lemon squeezy tonight. Cheers. And also, I forgot what I was going to say. Oh, thin layers of paint, guys, because you want it to dry, because we got to put our trees on top of it. So make sure you're not getting a big goopy mess. No big goopy mess is allowed, okay? Nice thin layers of paint. Little bit of paint, and then keep adding on top of it little pieces and bits at a time. So, if anybody has TikTok, I'm doing a TikTok series, a Living Large TikTok series, where I'm teaching how to paint a landscape, and it's going to have different parts 1, 2, 3, whatever, and this is what I'm teaching. So if any of you are on TikTok and you'd like to get I do TikTok tidbits, which is just little mini things that I paint to turn around, and have fun with. And now I'm doing the Seascape series, So, any of you, if you want to subscribe to my TikTok channel, I put the info in the event page. I put the payment info in the event page. I put the brush kit info in the event page. So, we did all that. So, now you want to swirl, tap, dab your fluffy brush. You want to swirl, tap, dab your fluffy brush. Right? Get all the blue out of it. And we're going to come in here. And we're going to put our waves in. So these waves are on the peach part. Okay, so here's our darker part, right? There's our darker part. And then the waves are in the peach. See the peach behind it? Okay, so that's what we're going to do. And it's the same exact process as the clouds, except we're using white paint. And I just have to grab some clean white. And I'm going to turn around and grab my white paint. And I'm going to grab a little bit of yellow with my white. Just a smidge, just a little bit. Just a little bit. And I'm going to grab my white paint. And I'm going to do a dab. Right, so it's not all goopy. And I'm going to come in here, and if you hold your brush back here, you will have a lighter touch. If you're doing the death grip, if you're doing the trying to be in super control death grip, all you're going to wind up with is a mushy mess because you're going to be pressing too hard, and then you're going to wind up wiping the paint off that's underneath. Hold it back here, nice and loosey-goosey. Loosey-goosey. Nice and loosey-goosey. All right? You guys got this. And I'm going to start right in this sweet area right here. And it's the same thing. You're just doing sweeping motions like this. That's all you're doing. A little bit. And every time you see my hand leave, I'm grabbing more paint. And I'm doing the same thing. I'm grabbing my yellow. I'm grabbing my clean white. I'm doing a dab. And then I'm going to go back to the canvas. Okay? So every time you see my hand leave, that's what I'm doing. And I'm just going to very lightly sweep in all of these little arches and round things and whatnots. So very lightly now I'm grabbing more paint. And I'm going to fill in this whole area with these little sweeping things. And if you want to get extra creative, you can turn around and do a flick. Like that, and then you'll get, like, it looks like the wave is splashing upwards. So you can also do that if you'd like to. And we're just going to fill this in all the way across. That's it, with yellow and white. And you can make these as big or small, and I'm going to bring it down into the blue. I'm going to bring it down into the blue because now our blue's dry, so we don't have to stress about it turning green. And every time I leave, every time you see my hand go away, I'm grabbing more paint. Okay, so that's what I mean about a little bit of paint at a time. I'm refilling my brush a lot. You see how many times my hand, and you could also do like these things, sweep back and forth. Oh yes, Tina B, yes, absolutely, 6,000%. Guys, go rogue. Go rogue. If you're getting hit with the little creative bug and you want to do something completely different, 6,000% do it. Do it. I love it. I love when everybody goes rogue and gets creative on their own. I like it a lot. A whole lot. Right, Tina B? It's one of my favorite things when you guys go off the mark. You don't have to listen to me. It's all right. You can do your own thing and try your own thing. You don't have to listen to me at all. It's all good. Alright, now that I have that filled in with layer 1, I'm going to put my brush away. And it's going to be tree time. You're painting a magic mushroom? I love it, Diane. I love it. 6,000%. Absolutely. Absolutely. So, as I was talking to you before about the brush sets, I'm going to insert a little commercial here. So, as you guys are ketchup mustering, those of you that need to ketchup mustard a little bit, I have the, this is, hello, Becky. This is what you get when you get the brush kit, right? So you get full instructions on how to care for your brushes. All right. And then you're going to get this nice little bag. And I have, I just did a resupply of everything. So you're going to get, it's going to be a color. It might not be a color, but you get this awesome, hello, Sheila. How you doing, lovey? Yes, we got so many people here tonight, Sheila. Isn't it amazing? Warms my heart. And then inside, ta-da, da-da, da-da. So, Big Boy, which we used tonight. The 3 fluffies, large, medium, and small, which we're using medium and small tonight. We have the Mini Me, right? The small shader brush. It looks just like Big Boy. We have Tiny, and then 2 nifties in there. Ba-ba-da-da-ba-ba. I love new brushes. There's just something about new brushes. So you're getting 8 brushes, I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 brushes. And these are the brushes I use every single video. Every video. Every video I've done. The past 2 years of videos, I have used the same brushes. Every single video on YouTube. Every single video from here on out. Always the same brushes, and always the same paint, because I like to keep it simple. I like to keep it simple. So it will always be white, black, red, yellow, and blue, because Mother Nature is so amazing, we can make any color out of those. Alright, I'm done with my commercial. You know what time it is? It's tree time! Yes, it is tree time. That's what time it is. Sheila, can you just buy? Simple's definitely the best, Danielle. Can I just buy a new Big Boy? For the amount that Big Boy is going to cost you, you should probably just get another kit, Sheila. Because he's the expensive one. He's like almost half the price of what I sell the kits for, so, but that's up to you. I don't know if I have any extra sitting around. Message me, we could talk. Let's talk. Yeah. Yeah. So this brush alone, guys, I've been doing my paint party business for 6+ years, and I use the same brushes in my, it's $25 plus shipping and handling, Danielle. Thank you so much for talking. You need a little break, Terry? All right, no worries. No worries. Brenna and Cameron need a little break. We need a little ketchup mustard time. That's fine. Well, while we're taking a little break, everybody else that's watching, I'll wait to do the trees, but we could turn around and break. Susan says break too. Okay, no worries. All right, we won't go to, so anyway, he's lasted 6+ years of paint party business, and he still looks awesome. So any of you that need to take a little break, that's fine, and anybody that's still wanting to paint, I hear you, Danielle. We're just going to take Fluffy, and we're going to grab white paint, and we're going to dab, and we're going to take Fluffy with the white paint, and you're just going to come back in here and add. Susan's like, let's go. So I grabbed Fluffy, and I'm just grabbing white paint now. You got to make sure that your yellow swirls are dry. And you can turn around. This isn't, you guys can do this at any time. So those of you that are taking a break, you can add the white highlights at any time that you want to. Debbie says mine's just not looking like yours. That's okay, Debbie. It's all good. It's all good. No worries. So, those of you that need a break, you can turn around and take your break because you can always add this in later. And I'm just grabbing white paint now, guys. And you don't want to put it on to where you're losing. Here, let me close up for you. You don't put these on to where you're losing the yellow and the awesomeness that's behind these. Okay, see that? See how you can still see the colors coming through? So make sure you don't go happy with putting this on there and then you're losing all the magic, okay? So it's just a few sweeps here and there. And you can go in any different directions you want. It's water. And those of you who need a break, this can be added in at any time. And those of you that want to keep it moving, we can keep it moving by adding the extra detail to the water. So make sure that your yellow fluffies are dry. And then you could add the white highlight to it. And these are fun. You just want to flick. And you can flick it, and you just want to arch it when you flick it. I like doing these. I like it a lot. There we go. And you don't want to do too much because you don't want it to be completely solid white. Okay? And we're just going to sweep in our highlights on our foam. Here, there, not everywhere. Here, there, not everywhere. Okay. Good night, Janine. Thank you so much, sweetheart, for joining us tonight, and you rest well. I hope to see you again soon, honey. Welcome to the fam. So, and now I have hardly any paint on my brush at all, and I'm just going to go back in and soften these all out. And there's no paint on my brush. I'm literally just softening what is already painted on here. You hear me scrubbing? That's because there's no paint on my brush. And then the next thing you want to do, you're welcome, Lovey, is see how I have all these spikies on there? I'm going to dip just the spikies in white paint. Just the spikies. And I'm going to come back into where my splashes are. And we're just going to add, just by doing a very, very, very light tap, you're going to add the little dots and specks, the little water droplets that splash up. And I'm just using the spikies on my brush. If you don't have a brush like this, you can take one of your smaller detail brushes. Like if you guys have Nifty sitting at home. If you don't have Nifty and you added a birdie, that's awesome, Terry. So there is a spot on my event page to share your creations when you are done with them. So we're just going to add these little splashes, and then once we do that, we're going to go to the trees, guys. Okay, so if you're taking a break, we're going to be going to the trees as soon as we're done adding these splashes. And like I said, if you don't have a brush like this, you could turn around and use a small detail brush. It's just going to take you longer. It's just going to take you longer, that's all. So I'm going to add in, I like doing these little splashes. So I'm just smushing and playing and using those spikes and adding a little more white highlights here and there since it's on my brush. And we're going to go moving into the trees. We're going to move into the trees. So I hope you got your wine or whatever else, your hot chocolate. You guys are all adding little birds, little M birds. I love it. I like it a lot. That's awesome. 6,000%. 6,000% on point. All right, so we need Big Boy nice and clean, and you're going to be grabbing black paint. So make sure your black paint is not poopy, and make sure Big Boy is nice and clean. Your big one, whatever your flat brush is. Hello, 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 Kim. How you doing? Danielle's back. So I'm swirl tap dabbing my big boy, and I'm making sure it's nice and thin and flat. I'm making sure my black paint isn't goopy. If it is, you can add a little bit of, I'm just dipping my brush into some water, and you can add a little water to it. And I'm going to wipe this off on the side. And it is tree time. So what you want to do is you want to hold your brush back here, and you want to go straight onto your canvas. So what's cool is these trees are coming out from the sides of the canvas. So the first one we're going to do is the one that's all the way over here. And you're just going to take your brush, and I started where the wave was kind of starting, and you want to put it directly straight on. Here, let me move you over. Earthquake! Earthquake! There we go. Alright, so, and you're going to hold your brush back here, straight onto the canvas, and you're just going to pull. And the faster you go, the better it's going to be. And then, to put branches off of that, you're going to follow what you already did, and then just pull off. Okay, that's it. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And just made it. Hi, Doreen. That's right. You tell your husband what's going on. All right, so, and then I'm just going to follow off of here, and I'm going to pull up that way. So you can do your branches any which way you want, and you can also pull off of here. And all you control freaks out there, stop holding it right here. Back here, guys. And what you want to do, say you have an oopsie and one of them come out really, 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 really thick. What you do is you just make it thicker and thicker going backwards. So it's proportionate. So if you get a branch, and you have an oopsie and it comes out really, really thick, just work backwards and make everything else thicker. Okay? So that's thick up here and thin down there. You see that? So I'm going to take my brush and I'm going to go to the thick part, and then I'm going to pull, and I'm going to press a little harder and make that thicker. And then make that thicker, and then make that thicker. Okay? And that is how you get your trees to look proportionate, even though you have little thick pieces. Plus, you could always turn around and cover it with cherry blossoms, so no worries. And you can add as many of these as you want. We're not doing, see how that's thick right there? That's really thick right here, but thin here. So I'm going to put my brush and I'm going to just press harder, make that thicker, make this thicker, make that thicker. Bam. Okay? And then you have a proportionate tree. No worries. Okay? And now I'm going to wipe my brush off so it's nice and thin again. If your brush isn't thin, you're not going to get thin lines. So you got to make sure that your brush you're working with is nice and thin. Hello, 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 Doreen. Well wishes to your husband. I hope everything's going okay. And then black paint. And I wipe it off on the side of my palette so it's nice and flat. Nice and flat. And then the other one on this side actually comes down and in from the top. Holding my brush back here. That's okay, Tina. It's okay. Just stop playing with it. And this one comes in from the top. And I'm holding my brush back here, and I'm going to put it straight onto my canvas, and I'm just going to pull. And it's going to intersect the other ones absolutely 6,000%. It's all good. It's a tree. And we're going to pull this way, and Tina got one into her son, so want to make sure that you're going around your son. And if you wound up with one in your son, that's okay. It's all good. It's all good. Okay, and then I'm going to make my trunk thicker, and I'm going to put a big fat one right there. And when you churn your brush, when you churn it, you want to make sure it's still staying straight on. You don't want to do one of these or one of those. You don't want to wind up flapping your brush to do a churn. Everything has to stay straight on. Hi, Bonnie. Hello, 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 sweetheart. You got your nifties today? Amazing. Yes. So, Tina, leave it alone. And it could be just one of those branches that are coming out that doesn't have any blossoms on it. See? So, you can turn around and, see, I actually have one coming out that's towards the sun. And where is it? Where'd it go? And there's no blossoms on it, see? So, it'll be okay. Alright. And you can, like I said, you can add as many of these as you want. Because we're going to wind up smushing. But we got to wait for this to dry first. I'm going to do roll call one more time because I'm going to need an oxygen tank if I keep doing it. And I'll give you guys a chance to ketchup mustard. Lots of ketchup mustard going on tonight. That's okay. 6,000%. So let's do a little roll call. And I got a show tomorrow. If any of you are in New Jersey and you want to come to Smithville tomorrow, that's where I'm going to be. And the next brush we use is going to be Mini Me. The next brush we use is going to be Mini Me, which is this one. It's a small shader. So we have Michael, Danielle, Debbie, Gloria, Donna, Cindy, Carolyn, Jean, Marcy, Sheila, Judy, Cheyenne, Tina B's here, Kathy, Ashley, Valerie, and Trinidad. And then we have Brenna and Cameron hanging out with Terry and Tajima and Judy, Piper, Susan, Sandy, Andy, Becky, Bonnie, Diane, Carla, Janine, Ruth, Krista, Daniel, Valerie in Utah, Irene, and Tony. $6,000%. All right, so what you're going to do, you'd love to meet me in person. I'm just as nutty in person as I am on these things. So you're going to grab just blue or a darker color of whatever color you have down here. And I'm using Mini Me, and you're going to zigzag zoom. And you're just going to put a darker color under your waves. So very little paint. I didn't get more paint just now, and I'm just going to zigzag zoom and soften it out, working my way down. So whatever color you have down here, grab the darkest color, and you're going to come in under your waves, and you're just going to zigzag zoom. And it's very little paint, and you just keep moving back and forth as you work your way into your water, because we're just putting a shadow down here. Because we got to wait for our black to dry, and then we're going to do our smushing. Then we're going to smush. We're going to smush. And smushing is fun. So any of those branches, leave it alone. Stop messing with it, because we need your branches to dry. So, if anybody's playing with a branch right now because you want it just a certain way and you're being OCD about it, stop! Stop, because you can cover it with the smushing. No worries, I got you. Smushing saves everything. Well, Kelly, hello. Yours looks from the Deliverance. Miranda. Why put the darker waves? It's not a wave, it's the shadow under the wave. Yes, Bonnie, you got it. Yep, so it is the shadow the wave is creating. We're not doing a wave, we're moving our brush back and forth. And you're just adding the shadow under the foam. You're adding the shadow that's under the foam. And you don't, if you don't like it, you don't have to do this part. It's okay. I'm okay with that. It's all good. So I'm just going to put this darker paint under my curls. Not a lot of paint. And then I'm just going to move it back and forth to soften it out into my water. Your clouds weren't dry, so your trees came out a little gloopy. That's okay. It's all right. Leave it alone. Oh, I just put... Why do I want to put my elbow in my paint tonight? Yeah, you got to let that dry, hon. Cheyenne, let that dry, sweetheart. So, stop playing with it. And, you know, start blowing on it or something. Some people use a hair dryer. You can wave it around in the wind if you need to. Whatever you want, whatever you need to do there, sweetie. You need to get that to be dry because we're going to start smushing in a second. And if it's not dry, you're going to get even a mushier mess. So, any of the, thank you, Kelly. Hello, sweetheart. So, and guys, woo-saw it out. Some of you are getting, you know, getting a little, like, discouraged there. Don't get discouraged. It's okay. I mean, some of you have only been painting since, like, the beginning of this year. Or maybe this is, like, your 5th painting ever. Or even if it's your 105th painting. It's all right. We all learn at different levels. Okay? So, woo-saw it out and take a step. Relax a little bit. Take a little sip. And you can always go back in and finish it later and just hang out with us. And just hang out with us. You know, I've been painting for, gosh, 30 plus years. So, it's not my 10th painting ever. It's not my 105th painting ever. I don't even want to know what number painting it is. So, you guys got this. It's all right. It's all good. Don't stress it. No stressing. No stressing allowed. All right, I'm going to swirl tap dab fluffy. And if any of this is not dry, skip over it. If it is not dry, leave it alone. And we're going to turn around and we're going to grab clean white paint. And we're going to dab. If I have a clean dab spot, we're going to dab. And that's right, Danielle. So just take it easy. And you want to here, there, not everywhere. But definitely on the ones that you might have messed up. You're going to smush. Now, I don't want to see Q-tips. And I don't want to see... Don't do this. Don't follow your branch. Don't do that. And don't just put puffs on the ends. I call those Q-tips. And this is like the tracer. Don't do that. Because flowers don't grow on trees like that. If you notice, I have all these clusters. See? And don't worry about... We're going to add this back in, so don't worry about that. But see how it's little here, there, not everywhere? And they're little clusters. So that's what you want to do. Bonnie, I'm getting to the point where I'm physically not able to do it anymore either. So that is why I've been working on my website and my other social media areas. So... this way, hopefully, I can start selling all of my art virtually. And I won't have to cart it off to a show. Because they are a lot of hard work. And thank you, everyone, for the well wishes for my show last Saturday. I had a great show. I got to see a lot of my friends in the art world. So it was a gorgeous, beautiful time. And is there more paintings? Is there more events coming up? Absolutely. I do this every Friday and every Tuesday as a how-to. So is there more events coming up? Yes. I can give you a sneak peek. Kelly, with your little fur baby going over the rainbow bridge, you kind of inspire. See, I have it going into my son too, Tina B. So no worries. And cherry blossoms like to do this like little drop down thing. So you want to turn around and drop some down from your tree limb. 6,000% do it, and you can't see that. So I'll do it off of this one over here. So if you want to do a little drop down like that, 6,000% do it. Okay, and here, there, not everywhere, guys. And we're just smushing. And if it's still wet, leave it alone. And we're just using white paint and going smushing. We're just smushing, smushing. That's all we're doing. And we're not following our limbs. And we're going here, there, not everywhere. And we're just filling this in. We're just filling this in. And notice how it's popping because we put those dark clouds in. And notice you have the perfect opportunity to cover up any of those clouds that you didn't like. So if there's something on your painting you don't like, 6,000% smush some flowers over the top of it. And no, don't do your whole painting, because I know that's going to be the next question. Carolyn says she's done over 50 paintings the past 18 months and you should do something with them. Yes, so Carolyn, you just go on Facebook and you do a search and just put in local events or events in your zip code. And that'll help you find events in your area that you could turn around and do the shows. Or just post them on your Facebook page and let everybody know that they're available. That's all. You know, so you could do that too. I mean, Facebook is awesome for advertising because it doesn't cost anything. So, anyway, so you want to smush these here, there, not everywhere. And we're almost done. I only have 2 more things to show you. Maybe 3. And we're going to be all set with this. So, hi, April. How are you, sweetheart? How you doing, honey? So, I have like, 2 more things to show, 2 or 3. And then you guys can go rogue and fill it in and do whatever you want to do. So, I'm going to show you, we got to do the water lines. And then I got to show you how to put the pink and the red in your painting. So the pink, since it has white in it, you can start doing the pink now too if you want to. Ha ha! Healing very well. Awesome. I'm so glad to hear that, sweetheart. So you guys can start grabbing your clean red and your clean white. And get a nice pink on your brush. Hi, Carol. How you doing? And the pink, you're just going to do here, there, not everywhere. I need to grab more white because I'm getting red right now. We're not going to do the red right now. So, and here, there, not everywhere. You're just going to put in these pink things. The pink parts. So, you don't want to turn around and cover all of the white up, because then you're just going to have a big pink puffy tree. And I'm actually dabbing with this on the side because I don't want my pink ones to be that big. You can also switch to a smaller brush if you want to. And obviously any parts that are in front of the waves you want to make pink. Okay, so because otherwise you won't be able to see them. Okay, and you just add these in, and I'm trying not to lose my son. See, Tina, you're not the only one. I got tree in front of my son, too. So now we're just adding the pink here, there, not everywhere. Right in front of your waves, you want to do the pink because you can't see the white per se. And you're just fluffing along. And like I said, what brush am I using for the pink? The same one I used for the white. My medium fluffy. My medium fluffy I'm using. And then once we start doing the red, I'm going to switch to a smaller fluffy. No, Sue, I did not see your question for the stars, but I am working on it. They wanted some sort of like tax documentation or something. I don't know. So, yeah, I know it's been a hot minute, but the whole thing has been dealing with emails and papers and forms and very intricate stuff that I was not expecting. So, I will have stars again. I am determined. That's okay, Piper. Welcome back, sweetie. Welcome back, guys. So, and if there's a painting any of you like, and you'd like to purchase it, like maybe any of my past parties, or you know, Tina B ordered, bought something right off of my canvas on a How To Tuesday one night. So I could customize them. You'll get a fan discount, 6,000%. So if there's ever a painting and you would like to own an Eve's original, because I'm awesome, just shoot me a message. Facebook Messenger is the best way to get in touch with me. And if you're ever painting anything and you have a question, shoot me a message, okay? So, and it doesn't even have to be one of my paintings. It's okay. I'll help you. I don't have a problem helping. So if you're ever working on something and you're not sure and you want it to look a certain way, or you want, I don't know, Tina B was painting a bird feeder once and we were talking about that one night. Remember, sweetie? So, 6,000%. Okay, so we want this pink to dry a little. Thank you so much, Doreen. I appreciate that. Bonnie has been using the PayPal until I get the stars back. Yes, thank you so much for that, Bonnie. And anybody who sends me support via PayPal, Venmo, or Cash App, make sure I get your address, because then you get these nifty little brushes for free. I send them out to anybody who sends me support. You'll get 2 of them, and they're awesome for the details. We call this Mr. Nifty. Mr. Nifty in the house. All right, so we want this to dry so it doesn't turn into a mushy mess. And we're going to take out our tiny brush. We're going to take out our tiny brush, and what we're going to do is we're going to put in these water lines. All right, so you need clean white paint, and you want it nice and thin and loose. So clean white paint, nice and thin and loose, and a small detail brush. Okay, so I'm going to swirl, tap, dab, tiny, and I'm going to grab my, I did a how-to, Bonnie, I did a how-to on eyes and nose and lips. I just never did a full face. Portraits are not my, I don't have the patience for them. So, there's definitely people out there that can do a portrait better than I can. So, but I will help you. I know how to do them. I just don't like to do them. So, when you put that shadowing in, if you have any part that's looking kind of weird, you can sweep some of these little lines over it to get it to go back underneath your phone. Okay, and another thing I want you to do is that you know, you gotta picture a wave and it's kind of curved. So I'm gonna grab my white paint and I'm gonna hold in the middle, and I'm gonna do these little lines in here, but I'm gonna make sure that they have like a curve to them. So it's like a little wiggly curved line. And then you could always do another little piece attached to it. And you're gonna add these in your water on the bottom. Again, here, there, not everywhere. And you just want to make sure that they have a curve. And any way you want your water to curve, it's up to you. And where we did the shadowing before, let me do a close-up. Close-up! Close-up! And where you did your shadowing before, if it's looking a little like too drastic, you can just add like a few more pieces of the white in there and it'll soften it out. Okay, and so you want to add these little water lines in nice and thin, and just pull in your brush, nice light touch, and then do a couple little sweeps so it's nice and soft. And like I said, here, there, not everywhere. They're like little foam veins, I guess. I don't know what they're called. And then you could switch the direction of your water if you wanted to. It's up to you, but I'm literally just letting my brush like float. And I'm just making sure that it goes in an arch, but I'm literally just having the brush float to put the squiggles in. So I've got 2 more things to show you, and we're going to be all set, and then you guys are left to put your birds, go rogue, do whatever you're doing, whatever you're painting. And there's a spot on the event page to post your creations. So 6,000% when you get your creations done. I want to see. I want to see. Okay, so the now you want to turn around and clean off that brush, and you want to make sure that your oh, you know what? Let's do the other part first. So I'm going to grab my small fluffy now. I'm going to grab my small fluffy brush. And I'm not going to make it all fluffy. I want it kind of just to be nice and flat like this, because we're going to add the red now. So I can do better on dogs and animals than people. Me too, sweetheart. Oh, that reminds me, Kelly. I was mid-sentence telling you something. I'm going to give you guys a sneak peek to Friday. So I will get this done and I will get it posted. I was like ahead of schedule for like the longest time. It was awesome, right? And now I'm like, oh goodness, I have to do these paintings. But anyway, Friday. And I was thinking of your kitty Rainbow Bridge, Kelly. So I put the irises with it. So we are going to be doing a kitty cat. Now, I haven't done anything kitty cat since Halloween. So, jump on the chance to do a kitty cat with me, because I don't do kitty cats very often. So, I'm going to take this brush and I'm going to grab my red paint now. Thank you so much, Cheyenne. 2 of your favorite things. That's awesome, Tina B. So, that's next Friday. Same bat channel, same bat place. So now with the red, I'm going to put in these red little dabs. And again, here, there, not everywhere. And you want to like cluster them together. So like it looks like there's a little patch of the red ones popping out. Okay. And you know, you do like just little clusters. And I'm using the smaller fluffy brush now. And it's up to you. I like red, so I'll probably fill this whole thing up. But you could also do a darker pink if you don't like the red. Whatever floats your boat. And again, small amounts of paint. You don't have to see how many of the dabs that I did without even refilling my brush. Okay? So you're going to put these in. And then I have one thing left to show you. And if your paint is goopy and a mess, leave it alone, okay? So, so those of you, every Tuesday I do a how-to. It's our practice session. So every Tuesday, 7 p.m. Eastern, we do a practice session, and it's usually something that you can use with Friday's painting. Okay, and I try to post my replays like I did for this event. I posted Tuesday's replay, so you could always watch it before Friday to, you know, help you a little bit with Friday's painting, because I know I move rather quickly. I move rather quickly for some I move too slow, you know, so I try to make sure that everybody has a chance to create. And, you know, keep in mind if I went too fast doing a certain thing, the replay is always there to watch. And I'm putting these little smushes in. Yes, April, cherry blossoms by the ocean. Yes. So, again, you want to cluster them. You want some pieces that are kind of drooping down. Right, so here's my one that was drooping down. So I'm going to put them so it goes downwards. Alright. So we're going to put all of these in. Here, there, not everywhere. You don't want to cover up your pink and you don't want to cover up your white. So wherever you want. And like I said, I try to cluster a few together. You know, you could take a step back and be like, oh, I need a dab here or a dab there. You know, it's your world. It's your painting. Dab wherever you want to dab. Like I said, those clouds that we did before. Thank you, Irene, so much. Absolutely awesome sauce, April. So, remember those clouds we did before? You can't even see them now. But notice how the blossoms are popping because we had that dark background behind it. Okay? So, plus you got to practice your clouds stress-free because we're going to cover them up. So, you guys add as much red as you want to. You can actually do this quite quickly if you want to and just fill it in. It's all up to you and your speed and how you want to paint. Because everybody finds their own way to paint. And if you want to get extra, you can get extra. Now you need to go home and paint, right, Tony? Absolutely, 6,000%. And if you want to get extra, you can get extra. Like you can swirl tap dab your brush and grab white and put some white ones back in that are smaller. Or maybe you made a cluster of red that was a little too much. You could turn around and break that up with the white. But you have to wait for your paint to dry. Wait for, unlike me, but wait for the red to dry. And then you could turn around and put in these white ones right on top. So if you have a spot where it's just way too much red going on. Thank you so much, Bonnie. They look so much like my peach tree blossoms. Oh, that sounds beautiful. Okay, I have one more thing to show you. And you want this to be dry first. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to wait for it to be dry. But you should wait for it to be dry. So you don't wind up with a mushy mess. And I'm going to be using Tiny and Mr. Nifty. That's what I'm going to be using. So, and you want to make sure that your black paint is not goopy. And what you want to do when you're done with your tree, with all your fluffernutters going on. I'm looking for the original. Oh, it's behind the kitty cat. Okay. So what you're going to do is you're going to re-put in your branches, and then we're going to add the smaller pieces to them, see? So you want to re-put some of these in, and what that does is set things back to make it look like it's behind it. Okay? So that's what we're going to do. So we're going to use our smaller brushes and the black paint, and you want to turn around and re-put some of these in. So wherever you had like a really big glob and it's looking kind of mushy and messy, you wait for it to dry, and then you could just follow along what you painted in the first place, because you can still kind of see it. And you put this in, and then you just leave the edge. Fluffernutter! Now you have to go make one. Yes! And the kitty cat is going to be so pretty. And you can just leave the edge like all like that. And if you want to go back in and hit it with a smush, you can hit the edge with a smush. Okay? So you want to put these limbs back in once your paint dries. Not all of them. Here, there, not everywhere. So, and by doing that, you get the parts of the tree that are behind the other parts. Okay, so we're just going to add these in here, there, not everywhere. And then what you want to do is, I want to take Mr. Nifty. What you want to do is add the smaller branches in. So I'm going to follow along here. And right here, I'm going to turn around and I'm going to just do the small little branches sticking out. And you want to turn around, you can add some just very obscure, but you want to turn around and follow kind of what you did before, like this branch is coming through here, right here. So I'm going to turn around and sneak a small guy there, but then I'm going to follow it, and I'm going to have it come out over there. Okay? And then you could add, you can do whatever you want with the tip of it. So that's how you make a tree. It's tree time. So I'm going to do this little one, and then I'm going to follow it out going over there. Now, this is a complete zone out. Adding these to your tree, you can just, like, I zone out for like a long time just adding these branches back in. And if you're using your smaller brush and you make sure your paint's not goopy and you put in these little pieces, you're going to turn around and it's going to look more like a tree. And you put them on top, and you can put them behind, and you just follow it out. And you want to make sure that your paint's nice and loose and thin. And you just add these branches back in. So when you add them back in, then it's going to make pieces look like it's behind the other piece. So if I turn around and put this back in right here, right, and then I just do a little dabs on the end there, that caused all of these pieces to go behind it. So you guys can zone out, adding as much or as little as this as you want. You're painting, and like I said, you just want to follow it through, skipping over some areas. If you have a spot in your foliage that is looking kind of smushy and blotchy, you could put a branch right through it. And the only thing is, you just make sure you're following through, because if you just start putting these things in random, like, it's not going to look right. It's not going to look like a tree. Okay? So, that's it, guys. You love trees, the little branches brings it to life. Absolutely. Good night, Diane. Everybody have a great weekend. So, all of you new fan members, thank you so much for joining me tonight. I hope you had fun. I hope you turn around and go rogue. Make sure you post your finished painting on the event page. We all share as a fam. And if you have any questions watching the replay, 6,000%, let me know. If you're interested in any of the art, let me know. If you're interested in the brush sets, let me know. Oh, you're so welcome, Cindy. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, Carol. Good night, Donna. Thank you, Tony. Yes. Oh, awesome, Ruth Ann. That's the name. I didn't know what I wrote. It was your name, Ruth Ann. Thank you so much for joining the fam, guys. Thanks, Bonnie. Thank you so much, Carla. Good night, Irene. Good night, Carolyn. Thank you so much for the luck. I appreciate that. Good night, Krista. You're welcome. Yes, I have Cash App. I'm going to post the links once I end the video. I can't do it right now. Thank you so much for joining me, Debbie. Thank you, guys. Thanks, Judy. Cheyenne, thank you so much. You never painted a cat before? I have a how to paint cats. Good night, Tina B. Excellent, Terry. Good night. Good night, Brenna. Good night, Cameron. Good night, April. Good night, Michael. Thank you so much for joining me. Trinidad, Kathy, Doreen. Thank you guys so much. Welcome to the fam, everybody. You're hooked now. You're part of the fam now, but this is a fam that we like. Good night, good night. Good night, Brenna. Good night, Cameron. Good night, Kathy. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much for joining me. Good night, Sue. Welcome to the fam, guys. Good night, Marcy. You'll be back? Awesome. Sounds good. Thanks, Trinidad. Good night, sweetheart. I'm always laughing. I gotta laugh at myself because I am who I am. So I get paint places, I trip, I do clumsy things, but we have a good time. April, where did I get my easel? Oh, where did I get this easel from? I think it was Blick. I think it was Dick Blick. Good night, Terry. Good night, Brenna. Good night, Cameron. I think I ordered it. I think it was Dick Blick. It might have been Jerry's Artorama. There's a few suppliers I use. Dick Blick, Jerry's Artorama, Utrecht Art Supplies, UTRECHT, and then Michael's and everything else. So I would try that. So you can get tabletop ones for like $13 and they work awesome. You're welcome, sweetheart. Good night, April. Okay, on that note, I'm going to say goodnight. So, thank you so much for joining me tonight. You'll all warm my heart. And have fun and go create. Okay? Good night, everybody.